Hey there guys, GamerJamie111 here, and today I am getting into Season 3, Episode 1. I decided to start this as quickly as possible, and hopefully... Let's go. I am going to be working my way through the third season as much as possible. So, we're ready to start them with episode 1. Motown Funk, it's called.
People have been saying, why has it taken so long? What have you been doing? Well, hopefully we can answer that with this short montage of what you can expect over the next 13 weeks.
I might actually skip this bit.
It's out of the way.
Because... Perfect.
I think you're going to like this series, and I particularly think you're going to like how it begins, because even over here on this side of the pond, we recognize that Detroit is the spiritual home to anyone whose communion wine is petrol and whose heart beats like a big, lumpy, wet V8. Which is why this week, and it's long overdue, the Grand Tour is off to the Motor City with an idea.
If I can remember rightly, Jeremy's got the Ford Mustang RTR. Hammond's obviously got the Dodge Demon, and May has got the Chevy Camaro, the Exorcist, I think it's called.
Of course, the whole world knows that Detroit is now a shadow of its former self. But we also know
out of the
that
three,
efforts are
I'd
being
have
made to bring
the
life back to the ruins with urban farms.
I'd have the Exorcist because
Local
1,000
people
horsepower
are
in a
being
rear-wheel
encouraged to
drive
grow
Camaro
kale
spells disaster,
beans
and
seeds.
I love
In
that.
plots like this, where houses and businesses once stood, it breaks your heart. I mean, this is Detroit. It shouldn't be a help-yourself pop-up street allotment for organic vegan peace hippies, when it could be a pulsating playground for the petrol head. It has the roads. It has the space. It was built by the rumble of a V8, and it should rumble to that sound once more. So that's what we've come here to do. Make some noise. These are the toys we'll be using. 3 American muscle cars, all of which have been tuned to a tire-shredding DEFCON 1. I have the Ford Mustang RTR Spec 3. Mr. Slowly has what's called the Exorcist. And in his whining Dodge Challenger Demon, Hammond has an erection.
Oh, get ready. Let's go. What am I doing?
To make this, they took a Hellcat I drove up before on the show and just made it more of everything. Watch this.
I don't remember them going over gravel, but okay. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Another right. Left again. Oh, sub 1 minute. Yes.
Bloody hell, fire. This car is tuned by Hennessey. They've taken a standard Camaro and they've given it 1,000 horsepower.
I did play through a little bit of the game, this episode, but that was before I realised that my OBS, for some reason, did not start recording, so I restarted it. I did forget to say at the beginning, but that just reminded me. So that's why I started off with 5.
It's idiotic, honestly.
4 fizzes.
And yea, though I walk in the shadow of the valley of death, I will fear no evil. Because I am the Exorcist.
And I think I've got to do 1,200 meters of drift.
Small and delicate compared to the other two, but be in no doubt, it has the muscle car credentials. Oh yeah. The fact is that the engine in Alan's car is a push-rod, two-valve iron museum piece. Now, Louis' car, yes, it has 1,000 horsepower, but it's running on standard brakes. This is just a little bit cleverer. They haven't just put a supercharger on it and left it at that. They've stiffened up the suspension and lowered it and stiffened the anti-roll bars. So, it could do this.
This is quite fun, but I'd still prefer to have the Exorcist, simply because it is so much more fun, because it's an absolute mentalist. Oh.
It's quite scary through here. Joshua of muscle cars. Big and brawny, but it has brains as well. Then there's its name. It's the RTR, which stands for, and I'm not making this up, ready to rock.
Chaps, did you know mine only comes with one seat as standard? Really?
What?
As standard, you get one seat in a Demon. You can opt to have the others put back in, and it costs you $1. Which seat do they put in as standard?
Eventually, we decided to pull over in our motoring theme park to see which of our fairground muscle rides would be the fastest. In a street drag race. So, what I'm thinking is, here, when the lights go green, down, what's a quarter of a mile, just beyond the church?
Yeah, something like that.
Perfect.
What if the police come?
Well, he won't, he's in Beverly Hills. I've seen the movie.
Why can't we just do this on a racetrack or a runway like we usually do?
Because we're here to prove that this is a racetrack.
Detroit is empty now and should just be used for this sort of thing.
Yes, but it isn't a real race. It is an actual race.
No, it is.
It is.
This is where the muscle car was born.
Can't
It's a
do
ra-
it.
Why can't you do it?
Because Dodge only lent me that car if I promised not to do any drag racing on the road with it.
What?
But it is,
That's what it's for.
I know.
it's literally what it's for.
Yes, I know, but that's the way it is. I'm sorry.
Do you think it's an insurance?
It is, it's because it's
No,
him.
it's
because
not.
They don't want it on the roof.
Who's driving it? Richard Hammond.
You
Right.
can't drive it.
It's just what they said, and I'm really sorry, so we can't do it. I'm sorry.
We can.
We're not going to do it without that.
Let me think. Yeah, we are. Right the way. Right the way.
One for all and all for yourselves. That's how it goes, isn't it?
Aircon is off.
Three, two, one. I know what it sounds like, but the launch control of this car is so complicated. There's a YouTube video about it, and I have watched it, but I've forgotten.
Finally, I waved the white flag. And then we took a closer look at the savage beating heart of the Exorcist. And that's a standard Corvette engine, basically,
Z06, yep.
with a supercharger plonked on the top. That's there, yes?
Yes, 2.9 litre supercharger.
So the bit they bolted to your engine is bigger than most European engines.
Yes.
So is the one on mine. It's 2.7 litres.
Yeah, not as big. The point is, Simon, this is the Exorcist. The job of the Exorcist is to vanquish the demon.
It's like, you remember in the 60s, I think Di Tommaso made a car called the Mangusta, which is Italian for mongoose.
Yes, and a mongoose can kill a cobra, can't it?
That's why they did it.
Yes, but this hasn't vanquished the demon. It hasn't beaten it.
Tell you what, why don't you find a racetrack or a runway somewhere, okay? I'll gracefully bow out, and we can have a race between good
And evil.
First, though, we decided to find out which of our cars makes the loudest noise. There were, of course, many possible locations for this important test. But eventually, we found one that was absolutely ideal.
Since the owners feared the noise from our engines would bring down the crumbling roof, we were given protective clothing.
I'm going to put this on because there may be dust. There will be dust.
Traction off. I'll just make wheel spin. Wheel spin, that just makes a huge amount of noise. Are you ready?
Yes.
This was the one that I got up to.
Yes. That's pretty horrible.
How loud?
Well, At its peak?
Yep.
125.2. Oh, wait a minute, you don't know. You're the first to go.
125?
Yes.
The Who, widely regarded to be the loudest rock band of all time.
Yes.
126 decibels. Deep Purple, a mere 117 decibels. That car is louder than Deep Purple.
But probably a lot quieter than my demon.
And I think if I'm right, it only got 118
Any minute now,
decibels
will be cutting his trousers
or
off.
116.
Off before he got in.
I think it was 118.
3, 2. Oh, wait a minute, it hasn't done it.
He forgot the key.
Mistake. We've all done it, forgotten the key when you're donutting in a Detroit theatre that's been turned into a multi-story car park. Everybody's been there.
Okay, in 3, 2...
Go.
Thank you.
125.2 to beat.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a lot of noise.
118.8 tiptoe boy.
2.7
119.
capacity supercharger on it. It's
Yeah, but it doesn't make
well,
any
they built
noise.
it for this. They built it for drag racing, and they wouldn't let me
What,
do
did
that.
they?
So,
Did they?
How do we know?
well, they did.
Before this sore point became even sorer, I sent James off to have a go.
He's ever done a donut
No.
in his life. We are about to witness James D. May losing his virginity.
Popping his donut cherry.
James May, are you ready? Fire it up in 3.
Go.
It took him a little while, but eventually he got the hang of it.
Away!
Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, 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 come on. Come on. Ooh.
I'm winning. Lots of score.
Why don't we just go? Come on, James, we've got to go.
Yep, moving on.
What was that?
Oh, I've wiped it.
No, you haven't.
It was 12.
Come on, what was... Why have I got this on my face? What was
It was
it?
128, so just 2.8 more than me.
So more.
Yes.
Hold that.
Why?
Please just hold that.
Oh, I
Oh,
hate the victory
God.
dance. I hate the victory dance.
Good, right, let's
How
move
much
on.
is your car? How much?
98, something like that.
£98,000.
Yes.
40,000.
Yeah, but mine's better, so it's more expensive.
40,000.
Faster and louder.
720 horsepower, £40,000.
Am I the only person here who understands muscle cars?
That's a ridiculous thing to say.
You asked for it.
We never got the burgers, either. No, we didn't.
We shall pick that up later on.
You may remember in the very first show of the Grand Prix, the first season, I was blown away by McLaren P1.
Yeah, I do remember. You said it would be faster than the Porsche 918 and the Ferrari. And, no, wait a minute. It wasn't, was it? And as a result, the only thing that got blown away was your house.
Yes, that's undoubtedly true. But the thing is, it remains to this day the most exciting, most brutal, most visceral car I've ever driven. And I didn't think it could ever be topped. But McLaren have given it a bash. And I thought, well, if they've built a car that can out P1 a P1, I'd better test it somewhere a bit less narrow and a bit less tree-lined and a bit less covered in deers and badgers than the Ebola drone. So I took it to the fastest racetrack in Europe, which is, actually, anyone want to guess which it is? No, not Monza. Not Spa.
Silverstone?
What?
Do you know?
Thruxton.
Boys.
Thruxton is the fastest racetrack in Europe. So that's where I took the new McLaren.
Oh.
Hello, fellow driving enthusiasts. James here. Owing to the unique way we make video games, we are sadly unable to have the McLaren Senna in this episode for now.
Oh.
Apologies for that. As a sort of consolation prize, we're going to go back and look at how
That's because of Horizon 4 getting the
720S
exclusivity to it
a cracker
for a
apart from the
while.
Hammond bit.
Sorry, I completely missed that. That will have been because of the Horizon 4 having exclusive rights to the McLaren Senna for a while. Because of course it went into Motorsport 7, and I don't think it's shown up in any other game. At least not that I can think of. Anyway.
So that's where I took the new McLaren.
Hello, fellow driving enthusiasts. James here. Owing to the unique way we make video games, we are sadly unable to have the McLaren Senna in this episode for now. Apologies for that. As a sort of consolation prize, we're going to go back and look at Hammond driving the equally fantastic McLaren 720S from Season 2. It's a cracker, apart from the Hammond bit.
I like the 720S though, so
While the
I'm happy
outgoing
about
car
that.
may have been great to drive, it was never what you'd call beautiful or even very exciting to look at. But its replacement, well, that's a different matter. It's called the 720S, and from any angle and in every detail, it's simply sensational.
yeah, I have to agree. It does look amazing.
Right down to the engine bay that glows red when you unlock the doors.
Oh, did not know that.
Yep, on the
I'd
head turner
completely
meter, this
forgotten
thing
about this
definitely
episode
matches
and this
the
review,
Ferrari
actually.
488 and the Lamborghini Huracan. And then when we move on to the business of speed and power, it actually beats them.
Oh, get ready. What am I doing? Damn it.
0 to 60 takes
I'm
just
gonna retry
2.8
that one. Just trying to get a feel for it first. Let's go. Ooh.
0 to 60
Yes!
takes just 2.8 seconds.
Bloody hell.
Top speed is 212 miles an hour.
It is a
Both
good
those
car.
numbers walloping the efforts of the Italians.
Everything is bigger in this car. Even the price, £208,000. Oh wait, that's not a good point, is it? No, that's a... never mind, whatever. The horsepower is... well, it's ridiculous is what it is. This 4-litre V8 with its twin turbos produces 710 of them. To put that into context, the actual mechanical engine in a McLaren P1 without all the hybrid battery boost produces just 17 horsepower more. Net result of that is... staggering!
What am I doing now?
God, I'm falling in love a bit here.
52.5. Oh. It is an amazing car, that's for sure. And I love that I'm able to drive it around the Ebola drone. Like, oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, oh, crap, oh, crap, crap, crap. Oh, not quite. Let's go.
Unleash the beast!
It's good that they don't have a damage model in this because, Jesus Christ, imagine what it looked like after I died. Oh. Oh. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna get it. I don't think I'm gonna get it. No, 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 no. Come on, come on, come on, come on. No. Oh, come on.
Come on!
Oh.
Gotta keep the pressure on.
Yes!
Oh, that is fast.
Ow.
However, although they've gone nuts with the styling and the engine, the 720 is still very much a McLaren.
By that, I mean it's been made by the ultimate tech nerds from the kingdom of geeks. Let me put it this way. This is, like I say, the replacement for the McLaren 650S. And if you ask a McLaren technician, so how much of this car is new then? They will tell you 91%. Not nearly all of it, mate, or about 90%. 91%. Jenny May applied for a job at McLaren, but they turned him down for being too slapdash.
And this incredible geekery has paid dividends. For example, one of the reasons the 720 looks so pretty is because it's the only mid-engine supercar without massive gaping intakes behind the doors. Instead, McLaren created subtle channels along the bodywork to feed air into the engine bay.
And they
More
look
nerd stuff.
so
The old car, the
amazing.
650 had a carbon fiber tub that came up to here. On the 720, all of that down the center, everything is carbon fiber. That means these carbon windscreen pillars can be very thin, which makes it easier to see out. And it's light. Overall, they've lost about 18 kilograms up here. That means the center of gravity is lower, which is good. God, it's the grip is staggering. It feels like a four-wheel drive.
And
If
it
you do
does
want
look
things to get a little more
amazing.
nary, simply dive into the computers, and activate variable drift control. It lets you select the angle of dangle through your drift by varying the amount of traction control. I think we'll go for all of it. Lots of drift available.
God. Drifting in the McLaren. Wow. 800 meters of total drift.
Unleash the beast!
Wow. It actually does handle really well as well.
This is dangerous because of you.
And when you finished your slide,
Traction
We
control.
try
I think we'll
again.
go for all of it. Lots of drift available. We're on.
Oh. No, I think I'm gonna have to restart it yet again because
For God's sake.
it does not seem to want to drift for me. Oh. No, I don't even think I'm gonna get a bronze for that one. And if I do, then
and when you finished
no.
your slide test,
Definitely going to have to
Traction
retry
control. I
it
think we'll
yet
go for
again
all of it. Lots of drift available.
because I'm determined to get this. So now so every single corner has to count.
Everything you've got. Oh my God. Come on. Right, we're all set. Go, go, go. Come on, come on, come on.
and when you finished your slide test,
I'm gonna have to do that again
you can switch
another
back to
time.
comfort mode and settle down for a relaxing cruise.
That's the thing that stands out about this car. It's everything in one. You want speed, you get speed. You want comfort, you get comfort. You want to lose tire rubber, help yourself. You want boot space, there's plenty.
But the thing I keep coming back to is those looks. Because at last, McLaren's technical perfection has been clothed in a way that does justice to the fizzing brilliance underneath.
God, I'm falling in love a bit here. Actually, no, I'll go further. I'm in love. This is utterly brilliant.
I can agree with them. After driving it in Horizon 4 and Motorsport 7,
We decided that Detroit should
absolutely
be
amazing.
a big sort of petrol-head theme park. So we went over there with 3 tuned muscle cars.
Yeah, and so far we've staged a drag race, done some donuts, and Jeremy has driven over some vegetables.
And then the next day, we decided that what Detroit really needs is a racetrack.
Yeah, even though it already has 2.
Yes, but we wanted something more earthy. So we headed for the city centre.
It is a beautiful
Having
city,
returned
though.
to the rundown suburbs, we eventually found the perfect place to build a racetrack. Cadillac's old Connor Avenue factory. For over 60 years, they stamped out the body panels here for icons like the Eldorado, the Fleetwood, and the Coupe de
That's a
Ville.
gorgeous car.
If it were up to James, this creaking monument to the Motor City's decline would be turned into a shrubbery. But it wasn't up to James. So it would become a Monte Carlo-style tunnel feature on our Detroit-themed racetrack. Because building the track involved heavy machinery and manual labor, Hammond insisted on doing everything himself.
That is going to be a fast corner.
Despite this, though, he soon had everything ready. Because the track had been built by the world's most accident-prone driver, we thought it best that the God-fearing Exorcist should christen it.
Right, let's see.
Go.
Ooh, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, 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 oh. And then it's a... Oh. Oops. I've just killed a Detroit celebrity. I don't know which one, because I can't remember the... Ooh. I've just killed another one. Oh. Oh, and another one, and nearly another one. Oh,
After his run, James couldn't wait to
bloody hell.
test that the God-fearing Exorcist
I'll try that one again. Whew. It's so scary because it's such a little tiny track.
Right then, let's go.
After his run,
That's a bit
James
better.
couldn't wait to give Hammond some constructive feedback.
I just want to say, Hammond, you witless dishcloth. That is the worst racetrack I've ever been round. It's slippery, it's full of holes, it's full of obstacles for you to crash into, it's narrow.
It's challenging, is it? Technically.
It's not challenging, it's only about that much bigger than the car, and it's made of butter. And it appears to be full of asbestos waste. Oh, it is full of asbestos?
I'm sorry
Oh,
about
well,
that.
thank you.
Sorry, close your window.
All of us then set about our practice laps on Hammond's death trap. However, these were just unofficial practice laps. Now it was time for the one-shot winner-takes-all. Real thing.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Away!
Oh. Oh, crap. Oh crap.
Quite slow there.
Come on.
Danger.
Let's go.
Well, that's interesting. Dab of brakes.
Oh. Okay, so I've done it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to the end of the race, well, end of the lap, and then just let the clock sort of time out. I wish you could, actually, while I'm here. No, you can't change the view to be like an interior view sort of thing, unfortunately. Now I can cross the line.
I proved myself.
However, the trouser accident had clearly been worth it.
Yep. I'm happy with that, and I haven't hit any famous musicians or bits of old car factory.
Next, it was the turn of Corporal Crash.
Where's the fire engine gone? I saw
Fire engine's over there. The ambulance is...
Oh, we're all comedians today. Yeah.
Remember, if you lose to James May...
It's more humiliating. It's worse than death.
In 3, 2, 1...
I've got 35 seconds to do now. Let's go. Oh, slightly better handling from the demon. Come on. Turn, you stupid. Oh, the very first lap, and I've already beaten it. So what I'm gonna do is I've already got the goal. So what I'm going to do now is go to the end of the lap, wait for it for the time to run out, and then go over the line again. So thankfully this had a lot better traction. Right, so oh, it does have a little bit of a damage model on it, but doesn't look to be too bad. It's fine. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. There we go.
That felt good. It felt like a quick one.
I don't know how to put this to you, but...
No.
0.4 of a second slower than James May.
Oh.
This is what death feels like.
Yep, okay, get out of the demon. We've done the demon in the Exorcist. It's time for the blue nut.
Blue nut?
Yeah. Pointless waste of time. We've established the Mustang is the fastest by an enormous margin. But go and do it, I suppose.
Jeremy Smug in My Little Pony, are you ready?
In 3, 2, 1.
Go.
come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Right, so...
That's not do.
I know Eminem is one of them. Aretha Franklin is another. Oh. Ooh. And I can't remember any of the other ones. But let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, 35.2. Damn it.
Right, onto the straight. There we go, speed up again now. Look at that for a tidy line. Get a bloody move on.
Okay, so let's finish this lap. See if I can improve on 33.5 seconds. Let's go.
That looks tricky.
Come on, 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 come on. And left and... No, not quite.
I know, but you'll see. He's got to get down to this corner before he gets back. Help me tip this over.
What is it?
It's organic palm oil, very slippery. It's the revenge of the urban farmer.
Into the blind bend, there is Stevie Wonder.
Ah, Stevie Wonder was
You
another
know
one.
it's palm oil that's ruining life for the world's orangutans.
Only this one.
Come on, come on. Short shifting into third.
And on that terrible disappointment,
For him.
it's back to the tent. You?
I thought it had been you. You ruined my lap.
You said Detroit had to be a playground, and that's what I was doing. I was playing.
Listen, can my practice time stand? Because that was still the quickest.
That's not how it works. You can't just say that because you were the quickest in qualifying, you would have won the race if you hadn't crashed.
Well, I can say it.
Well, you can say it. I could say I'm the captain of the English cricket team. I wouldn't be any good at it.
Well, moving on.
I knew where he was going with that. Anyway, look, in part one of that film, we said that we would have a race between the Demon and the Exorcist, the drag race, yeah? And then it never happened. Except it did.
Yeah, you see, Dodge said we couldn't drag race it on the street, but they didn't say anything about airfields. So after we'd finished at our track, we found one of those.
Now, I bowed out of this like I said I would, because the Mustang in the drag racing environment's never going to win. And it became a two-horse race between Sir Crash-A-Lot and the Onanist, okay? But we have a problem. See, we only have time left in the show, realistically, for one more thing. We've got the guest segment. And this week, I should tell you, it's between Howard from the Halifax advert and Adrian Childs to find the fastest person you don't really hear from much anymore. We'll have a vote, I think. Who here would like to see the celebrity segment? There's one over there. And who'd like to see the drag race?
Yeah.
Does that that mean they're not coming on then?
Very much so. Very much so, James. So here it is then, the race between good and evil.
Right, here we go, viewers. It's either salvation or a world plunged into eternal darkness.
Okay, this is it. The race between good and evil. Are we ready, gentlemen? We ready?
Go.
Go. What's happening?
I've got a couple of things to do before we start.
You saying you can't just drag race this now?
Well, you've got to do it properly. This is a proper drag racing car.
What is he doing?
This is what you get when you buy a Demon. Costs you an extra $1 and you get this crate.
$1 for a crate,
It's like a
though.
picnic hamper for men. Then, underneath and to either side, I've got boxes with a new ECU. I've got everything I need.
ECU?
Yeah. Look at that!
He's got this enormous crate and some bags and tins full of tools with 2 space savers and...
Space Saver wheels.
Hang on. Right, so that's it. Good.
Yep, now we're going to do the ECU, which goes in here, I believe. We'll have to take that out, I think.
He's now got a different ECU, just telling the engine to be powerful.
Right, why didn't they just put that one in from the start?
So this all goes back in here with my new switch gear in.
It's 1 hour and 7 minutes.
Actually, you're right, it is. It's over an hour now. God.
There we go.
Finally, the rebuild of the Demon was complete.
Hey.
And it was time for the drivers to warm their tires. In 3, 2, 1, burn out! Go! Right, your tires are warm. Are you now ready?
Actually,
In 3,
hang on.
2,
Retry that, because that was...
Right, your tyres are warm.
Yes.
Are you now ready?
What?
Are you ready to come to the start line?
No!
What do you mean, no?
No, that was just a celebratory burnout.
Oh, jeez, he's got out.
I've done all the building work, now I've got to set the car up. I've got to get in the right modes. There's stuff to do, mate.
Oh, I've had enough. I'm sorry, I've had enough. Bye.
We're never going to do this.
So, I need to go to drag. Drag mode activating. Excellent. Drag transmission, drag traction, power. So, power needs to go up to 840. We are now in high octane.
I've never known anything like it.
With our starter on his way back to London, the traffic lights were brought in, and finally, we were ready to go.
I'm going to bust your ass, evil boy. Oh, yes.
What are you going to do with it now? Because I've seen the film and I wouldn't do it. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh my god, it's so close, it's so close, it's so close.
Evil
Oh.
wins! Evil wins! Yes! Victory for the Demon. Thank you.
Yes,
Because I won.
you won.
Because
you
I
did
won.
win.
Yes,
Well
I
done.
did. You noticed that?
Yes, I noticed
that I won.
Yes.
At the end of the race, if you saw, my car was in front of your car, which means I won.
Can I just point out that first you had to spend half a day rebuilding half your car, and then you had to run it on fuel that you can't buy from a normal petrol station.
No, wait a minute. Your excrement runs on that clever fuel all the time.
I was sort of banking on you not knowing that.
Yes, well,
Gentlemen,
I do know it.
Gentlemen, I think we have to agree that the Mustang is the only car here that ticks all the muscle car boxes. It's cheap, It's powerful, it runs on fuel you can buy, and you can have it with the steering wheel on the correct side.
You don't get it, do you? You just don't get it. A muscle car is supposed to have 1,000 horsepower, be undrivable, and have a stupid neck.
It's called Ready to Rock. That is a stupid name. Listen, Hammond, not only are you the fiscal brain of this operation, you're also the resident muscle car enthusiast, yes? So, and I know the answer to this because you told me on the plane on the way home, of the 3 cars, which would you actually buy? Buy.
With my own money?
Yes.
Buy.
Yes.
Myself?
Yes.
The Mustang.
There you go, the Mustang. And so on that terrible disappointment for you,
Snowflakes.
It's time to end. Now, next week, it is a Grand Tour special, where we attempt to become the first ever television show in the history of television to go to Colombia and not use the C word. See you then. Goodbye.
Okay. I am going to get into that episode actually. Next, I'm going to end this here, and I will see you in the Columbia special. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff, and hopefully we will be able to get through the Columbia special without too many mishaps. So I am hoping to get through pretty much all 13 episodes as quickly as possible and have them all uploaded and released by the 4th of December. Now it is the 29th of November right now, so it's gonna be a tall order, but hopefully I can get it done. Anyway, I'm being Gamer Jamie 111. This was Motown Funk. On to the Columbia special. Bye.
Jesus Christ, no, I'm too close.